Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a very fun puzzle in front of us. Now, I got a note from Aeon yesterday, I think it came in. I just saw it not too long ago. And they had sent me a note saying they had noticed that one of their puzzles got a lot more views than it normally, or more plays than it normally did, because, assumedly, because it was one of the puzzles that I put on my channel. So they were very happy to see that. Helps them out. I love to help people out, so I'm good with that. But they also noted that they were looking for a new idea to make another puzzle, this one particularly, and they thought they'd do something a little bit lemur based. So I'm completely honored that they would do that. I guess I wouldn't say in my honor, but in reflection of the lemurhood that we all are striving towards. But anyway, that was just a little bit of a background on this thing. So obviously I'm gonna do this puzzle or play this puzzle and try to get it solved, because you can't not do something that's based off lemurs when this is a TheLogicLemur channel. So anyway, let's start looking at the rules and see what's going on with this thing, and then we'll get into it. So it's called Lemuria by Aeon. It's got normal Sudoku rules, so every row, column, and 3x3 box will contain the digits 1 through 9 once each. We have loop construction, so create a one cell wide line of orthogonally adjacent cells which connect at both ends, i.e. they make a loop. Digits along it alternate parity, odd and even. Okay, so let's just say we had a loop that did something like this. Completely random, and it doesn't take into account any other clues, which I'm sure are going to tell me something otherwise, but let's just say this was the loop. None of them, you can't touch orthogonally or diagonally. I just assume that, but that is part of the rule set here. But they don't touch orthogonally, they don't touch diagonally to each other, so they're good there. And what will happen is if this becomes an odd digit, let's say, these would both be even, because we have to have our parity alternating. So it would be odd, even, etc., down the line. Now let's take a look at these other rules, which I'm sure there's going to be some more information that's going to help us to digest and see what is what. So cells with an arrow are part of the loop. Okay, so every cell with an arrow will be loopified, and the digit in it counts all the cells that are part of the loop in the indicated direction, including the cell itself. Okay, so I'm guessing that means that it is just taking the entirety of either the row, column, or diagonal, whichever they're pointing at. So if this was, let's say the loop does something like this and connects however, this here in this example would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's my guess. It doesn't say that the non-looping portions are blocking anything, so I would have to guess that that is the way it's going to go. Now, we'll find out, I guess, as we get into it, but that's where I'm going to go with there. So the line cannot touch itself neither orthogonally nor diagonally, like I kind of stated previously, and must avoid all cells that have Kropki dot on it. Okay, so none of the Kropki dot cells will be part of our loop. And then we have the typical Kropki rule sets here. So white dots separate consecutive digits, such as these two. Black dots separate digits in a 1-to-2 ratio, i.e. one digit is double the other. Perfect, that's how I would say it anyway. So these will be in a 1-to-2 ratio, or one digit is double the other. So those are the rules. Looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's jump into this thing and just have a blast. Link's going to be in the description below, as always. Let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start off with all of the arrow cells are loopified. All of the Kropki cells are deloopified in the proper parlance for such things. Now, we can start to look at corners like this. We have to be able to get out of the corner. So it's stuck in a corner. It has to do this. This can't be part of the loop. because it would cause it to turn back on itself. We can't do that. That then pushes these even further. Now, I guess we don't know how this loop goes, so we can't necessarily say that these connect, but let's go up here. We have to get out on both sides, so all of these will be looped. This guy here will never be loop, because we can't put both of these in, so deloopify you. Down here, all of these have to be loopified, because we have to be able to get in and out, so that gives us a lot of loop. This can't be loopified, because then we'd have to go in and back out and touch ourselves. This guy can't be either, which means this guy just goes through here. Now, we don't know if this guy goes this way or this way, but I guess we do know that this has to be loop, because we can't turn back on. So if we were come this way, we have to go to here. If we were to go like this, we have to go to here. That doesn't necessarily say how these guys connect, though. Okay. What else can we then say? We don't know if this guy... Well, I guess this guy here can never be loop, because there's no way you can make this a loop. Because you'd be diagonally touching this guy, and however you decide to do it. Okay. But then this could come in this way, this could come in this way, or who knows what. All right, what else then can we say? Now, of course, we can start getting into the actual digits on this loop, because we know these are telling us how many loop cells it can see. So, do we want to start doing that, or do we have further loopification we can do? Now, I think we can block this off, can't we? Now, because if this were to go up this way, whatever it does, yeah, it would always connect back into itself and then break these guys. So this can't be part of the loop. Neither can this one, because then these would be diagonally touching. So this has to come out this way. And now this can't be looped, so this one is, and then it has to turn up to here. Okay, so we got a little bit more out of that one. Also, no matter what this does now, because it can't turn into here or anything like that, it's going to have to get out this way, and it's going to continue. So these are all loopified. Now let's start thinking about values. Because like this one here, I think is just a given. That's a 1, 2, 3 that it can see. This one here is 1, 2, 3 that it can see. 1, 2, 3, 4 possibility, and it sees 3 right now. This can either be 2 or 3, and it can't be 3, so this is a 2. Which means this can't be looped because it already sees 2. Okay, now that does tell us this guy's in, and then one of these two will be. And that finishes this one actually, because that's now a 4. So let's put the 4 in. Let's go to some of these other guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this could be 5 or 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't be 4, so it has to add another one, which means this one is in and this is 5. That can't be looped now. Good. What about you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the most it could be. It's already 4, so it's either 4 or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's already 5. Oh wait, this can't be looped. Let's put that away. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is 5, 6, or 7. Again, we don't quite know how it goes, but what about you? 1, 2, 3, 4 already. 5, 6, 7 possible. And it can't actually be 5. All right, you. Might as well do these while we're here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it could go up to a 9. So 7, 8, or 9. Again, this guy could do some sort of loop-de-looping thing. All right, let's go into here, because this black Kropki now I think we can do. And we can also start to think about the the parity or the polarity. No, parity. It's parity, right? I don't know why I always get those mixed up sometimes. But let's do this first, and then we'll come back to that. These have to be from 1, 2, 4, and 8. This can't be 1 or 2. This can't be 2, which actually this then can't be a... Wait, why did I say this couldn't be 1 or 2? It can't be 1 or 8. Okay. Brain stopped working there for a second. 1, 2, 4, 4, 2, 1, 8, 4, 2 are all still options. Okay. So we can't quite get into this. Let's think about... Yeah... I was going to start thinking about the parities. Is that the way we want to go about this? Boom, boom. I guess we can start putting them in, because we're going to know that every other digit, some of them might be more helpful than others. Even. 2, 4, 6, 8, and these are not 4s. Don't love that. These are evens, 4s, 6s, and 8s. This has... Okay, these... Oh, there's something. Both of these have to be even, because they are set upon on the loop in such a way. Well, if these are both even, these can't all be even. So it can't be 2, 4, 8. It has to have a 1 on it. We know there's a 2 and a 4 on here anyway. So these are the 6, 8 pair. Again, we have to have a 1, so this is going to be a 2, and then it's a 1, 4 pair in some manner. Okay. Then these are all odd. 5, 7s, and 9s. We'll just put them in for now, because we can. And let's start thinking about something else, because we haven't touched our loop here in a little bit, but I don't know that we can. I think we've got to get some things going in some of these other areas. Let's start thinking about this. What can we reduce this in any real sense? Let's think about what this digit could be. It can't be 1, because we can't put a 2 anywhere. Can't obviously be 2. Could be 3. If this is a 4 and this is a 6, that seems like it could work. No, it could be a 4. Can't be 5, 7, or 9, because on a black Kropki, it can't be a 6 because this can't be a 3, and it well, also because of this, and it can't be an 8. So this is just a 3 or 4. Is that accurate? Let's make sure that's true. Can't be 1, can't be 2, could be 3 or 4, can't be 5, can't be 6, can't be 7, can't be... Yeah, it's 3 or 4. So this has to either be a 6 or an 8, because obviously the 3 goes with a 6, the 4 can only go with an 8 because we can't use a 2. This is a 3, it goes with a 4, because it can't go to 2. If it's a 4, it could go with 3, or it can't go with 3. So it's either, it's a 4, it is 5. Okay. How helpful was that, is the question. Can we actually just look at odds and evens here? 1, 2, we don't, this guy here is kind of, we don't know which one of these two is even. One of them will be well, one of these two has to be even, because none of those are. So we have 2 evens, whether they be 4, 6s, or 8s. We're going to know what they are in a second here, but so one of these two has to be the final even digit, which means one of these is 4. This is not 4. This one could really be anything, so we'll kind of move on from there. What about you? Does this give us anything? Because it can't be 1, 2, 3. Could be a 4 or 5 and a very... Well, it can't be 4 or 5 because it would break this. It could be 5, 6 in a very specific order. Well, actually, it can't. Because, oh no, it could be. Yeah, this could be the 5, and this could be a 6. And then I guess they could be anything from 7, 8, and 9. Yeah, not as quite as helpful as I thought it might be, but oh well. Let's, the one thing I did see was this is a 2, 6, 8. So this is not 8, which means this is not 9. We almost get 5, 7, 9 working here. This has to be an even digit, so it's 2 or 4, because it can't be 6 or 8. This one is odd, but there's plenty of things it could be, and we don't know where this goes, so it's hard to say what exactly that's going to be. Now this digit here obviously can't now be, or this Kropki can't be a 2, 4, because it would break this, but it could still be a 1, 2, a 3, 6, or a 4, 8. So I don't know if that comes into too much use. And do any of these other Kropkis help us at the moment? I don't know. We can't ever put a 1 on this guy, because it would have to be on the ends and it forces this to be a 2, and it can't be. 2. Let's think about this digit for a second. We know one of these is going to be even, so there's something there maybe too. But let's, because of that 2, 6, oh wait, this one can't be the even digit. Okay, we only have 3 evens. These all have to be odd. This can't be even, so this one has to be even. It is 2, 6, or 8 as well. Now, can we remove any options from that? Doesn't look like we can, but we at least get some information there. Okay, let's see what else we can do. There's got to be a way we can start to figure out how this loop works its way out. 6. We don't know if, yeah, I guess we can continue. Well, but we can figure out what this is and these guys, because we can just use our loop. This is even. It has to, okay, that's the easy way to do it. You know me, I like to do things hard. This has to be an even digit, because odd, even, odd, even. This is a 6. 8, 6. Easy. Bah. Okay. Now, what does that tell us? That says this 6 can only take on 1 more. So it's either one of these two, but that doesn't really help us. What about you? Because it doesn't matter which one of these two is in. They are an odd, and then even, odd, even. This is 6 as well. This is 8 and 6. Good. Now this 6 says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This has to be, there we go. That was the key. Just didn't look at it. Now these all have to be in, which means you're out. And this guy here, well, we can probably do the same thing. Yeah, we're going to be able to figure out what these guys are. Even, odd. One of these two will be even. Odd, even. 4. One of these will be odd. This has to be even. 6. Good. Now 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need 2 more, which means we can't put both of these in. So this one is in, which then finishes that bit of loopification. But we don't know which one of these two is actually in. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yes, we do. Because if we follow our 4 along, we have all 4 of them. This can't be loopified. This is. We've got the loop done. Good. All right, not bad. Now, we can start to pick away at these a little bit more. Let's see how we're going to do it. I don't necessarily want to throw in all odds and evens, but maybe we can use these long stretches. Or this guy here is done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. You're 7. You can't be 6. And where does the 6 actually go? It has to be one of these 2. I don't know if that helps too much. It does remove a 3, 6 option from here, as does this. So I guess we could technically start to think about that one, but we'll come back to you. let's think about, we've used all of our loop clues, so we're good there. Let's start thinking again, like the long stretches of evenness. These are evens, 2, 4, and 8. So one of these two will be a 4. Because we can't just do a 2, 8. This can't be 8. That's something. We said we know this is even. Again, we don't quite have enough information to work those out. Could we finish any of this stuff? Even. Again, one of those two was the 4. That's correct. We have all except for 1 even in this row. Let's take a look at Sudoku here real quick, though, because maybe there's something more there. And if we don't find anything, we'll go into our other Kropkis and see what we can find from that. This is not a 2. That's reducing what this can be. We might want to take a gander there. 2, 8 pair. This is a 6. There we go. Good. And then, don't know there, don't know. One of these is a 2, but that's not be too helpful. Okay, let's jump back into these guys. 3s don't look like they're doing a whole lot at the moment. We know one of those is a 4. Don't know that the 5s tell us very much at the moment, although we know none of those are, but there's still multiple options. What about the 6s? We got a lot of 6s. Boom, boom. So one of these two is 6. You're not. Okay, so one of these two is 6. So this is not, and this one is. If you are 6, this is either 5 or 7. Okay. We can probably do some more with evens this way too, because that can't be even. Just means that one of these two will be even. But again, we don't quite have enough there. I'm hesitating to go into the odd digits at the moment, but this will be even. So it is 2, 4. There we go. That means this is the 1 and the 4. That finishes the 4 and gives us the 5, which now gives us the 4 and the 8. That's all we really needed, right? This is not 8. This is not 8. Well, may not be all that we needed, but it gave us a good chunk right there. This is no longer an 8, so this can't be a 9. This is not a 5, it just is 7, which means this is 6. This is not 7. These are a 5, 9 to finish our row. Good. 2, 4, 6. These are all odd digits. I don't really see anything given there yet. This is 8 by Sudoku, so 2 and 6. That forces 4 and 8. Let's make sure we're using everything we can. This is 8. This is 2. All right, let's go in and finish our evens. Let's just make sure we've used all of our lines. These are all the remaining evens. 2, 4, 6 is an 8, and we'll just go through and eliminate. None of these are 6. These two aren't 8s. That's not 2 or 4, so it is 8. We've got the 2, 4. This guy here is not 6. It's not 4, 6, or 8. It is 2. That's going to give us the 4 and the 2. This 4 says this is 2 and 4. I think that's all of our evens. We're very close where we can now fill in the non-loop evens. Like you. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There's one more 2 left over. Where are you at? Right here. If you are 2, you have to be a 1 because you can't be a 4. That's probably going to tell us what this guy is. But I'm going to finish my evens first, because that's what I feel like doing. None of those are 4s. Those, and we get an X swing on 4s here. Let's see if we can reduce those in any way. If this is a 4, this would have to be an 8. Oh, this can't be a 4. This is the 4. So this is 8 because it can't go down to 2. That finishes the 4 here. Now we can't finalize that one because this could be 3 or 5. 6 could go to 5 or 7. Okay, these guys here, they have to be a 9-7 pair. Can't put the 7 here, so 9 and 7, which is going to give us the 5. This is not 7, so this is. Now we probably can just Sudokify the rest of this thing. But let's go back again and make sure our evens are good. I think we're done with them, except for the 8 might have one more. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, it does. This is 8. Okay, now we can go in and look at our odds. And maybe find something that's clear. The 9 has to go here. These have to be a 1, 3. So this is the 3 and the 1. These here, let's see. These are the 5 here says this column needs the 5 to be here. These have to be 1 and 3. So this is the 1, 3. The 5 here says 9, 5. This is just a given 9. What are these two digits? 1 and 3. For some reason, my eyes are not working. This is a 7. Put you in, which gives this as a 9. This is a 9 as well. What are these 3 digits? 1, 5, and 7. Can't resolve those yet, but this is not 1. I'm sure we have something else in here we can use. These are 1, 3, and 9. The 1 can't go in these, so it's here. Our 1s are probably pretty much done, but what are these two again? We said 3 and 9, so this is the 3, this is the 9. This guy here has to finish with the 5. You're not 5. What are you two? 3 and 7, not quite resolved yet. Let's see, what's the next best place to look here? 1 and 3. Can't resolve those, but we get a 1, 3 pair, so these have to be 5 and 7. Can't resolve those yet. Okay, I see how it is. This is, okay, we can do this though, this column. This is a 5, 7 pair. This can't be a 7. 5, 7, 5. Not 5. This has to be from 1, 3, and 7, and it can't be 7, so it's a 1, 3 pair, which means this is a given 9. And this 8 then says this has to be a 7, which says this has to be 5. That 1, 7 did the same thing. This is 3, 7, 1, 7, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. This is just a given 1. This is a given 9. Hey, there we go. We got through it. So 79 solves in about a day. Cool. Hopefully Lemur Nation out there is going to see this and start solving the heck out of this thing too. Very fun puzzle. Really enjoyed that one. And again, humbled Aeon that you would think to make a puzzle with some reverence to me. Not reverence, that's a terrible thing to say, that you had reverence towards me. But with some thought towards me and my channel and all that kind of good stuff. So really enjoyed that puzzle. Always a pleasure to see something like this. And again, thank you all for watching and commenting, liking, all of that good stuff. It really means the world to me. So with all that said, thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.